Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new Doctor Who review. Today I am going to review the Three Doctors. So alright, allons-y, let's go. Yes, today I am going to review the Three Doctors because I recently got the season 10 box right here. I don't have it with me right now, but I got this box and the episodes, the serials are quite fantastic. I've only watched the Three Doctors so far, but obviously we have the Carnival of Monsters, we have the Green Death, I believe too, as like one of the last stories of this season. But yeah, let's get into the Three Doctors. So, the story follows, I guess, the third Doctor, played by John Pertwee, who is actually stuck in the unit headquarters, or I guess he's stuck on Earth, because in last season, in season 9, I believe he was banished, or the second Doctor was banished to Earth, and the third Doctor actually was there, I guess, for quite some time. And in this first story of season 10, it gets revealed that he's actually, he has the will to go anywhere after, they've defeated this enemy of the Three Doctors, this story, which is Omega, by the way. But alright, let's get to this story. So we have the third Doctor and also Joe Grant. So there we go. Joe is this companion of the Doctors, obviously. So they investigate some kind of weird thing happening. There's like this space balloon who just fell down to Earth, and there is this box, but this box has like special powers and transports people to another world, another, I guess, dimension. I don't know. It's like with a black hole and stuff like that. Anyway, sci-fi stuff. So the Doctor tries to find out what's happening, but while they're in Unit HQ, it gets attacked by these bubbly creatures, these monsters, which is really interesting. Obviously, there's also this weird glitching slug-like, enemy villain thing. Obviously, the series was made in the 70s, but it looks very bad. Not gonna lie, but this thing, alright, this thing wants to get to the third Doctor, and why, you're probably asking. Well, the Doctor did something, alright? This enemy, the Omega character, wants to take revenge on the Time Lords, and he actually finds the Doctor on Earth, so there we go. So the Doctor tries to stop this being, but it can't be stopped. Alright, they go into the TARDIS, and the Time Lords know, damn, there's something we can do, because we have like this black hole stuff going on. So we need to send someone, but who, right? Doctor Who, yes. So they send actually the second Doctor, played by Patrick Troughton, and he helps out John Pertwee along with this adventure, right? Which is really interesting. Patrick Troughton is a great Doctor, and this was my first introduction to this specific Doctor too, and also the third Doctor, because I've never actually listened or watched or seen things about the third or the second Doctor. But I think the Three Doctors is a great introduction to any Doctor, I would say, from the classic story, because you have the first Doctor too there. He also needs help. Obviously, it's the third Doctors or the Three Doctors. So it's the first, the second, and third Doctor. I also already watched like the beginning from the first Doctor, so I also already knew who he was, and he had his granddaughter Susan. So I already know that stuff. I watched the four or the three, I guess, first serials of the first Doctor, so that makes sense. Like Another Three Child, the Daleks, and also the Edge of Destruction. But yeah, alright, the Three Doctors are now in it. But the first Doctor, sadly, William Hartnell wasn't able to do his full performance. He was stuck in this television, the first Doctor, which, fair enough, it's still the Three Doctors. He still helps out where he can. So there we go, that's nice. But the story more relies on like the second and the third Doctor. But it's really interesting. The second Doctor is like this clown looking guy. He's very, I would say, well, he's supposed to be funny, right? And the third Doctor is more serious, more grounded, and it's like very cool, very steady, right? But the second Doctor isn't. He constantly plays his recorder or like his flute, or he really wants to listen to music, stuff like that, and that annoys the third Doctor, obviously. So yeah, right, very interesting. So they get sent to this alternate world, I guess, through a black hole. They're on this planets, I guess. Joe and the third Doctor were first stuck there, and then the second Doctor also got there thanks to the unit headquarters, also transported to that location anyway. But this world is created by the one and only Omega. Omega is a, I guess, a rogue time traveler, I would say. He was once a Time Lord, but the Time Lords forgot about him, and he was like, I guess, forgotten inside of like a time, a time vortex, whatever. And he created his own world where you obviously have the second and the third Doctors, and also the Lethbridge Steward, the Brigadier in there, and some other officers and some other people from units, and also some guy and some professor. So they're also already there too on this world that was created by Omega. But Omega has the power to create anything he wills. If his will wants to create it, he creates it, right? Which is interesting, all right? Because when we get established to this character Omega, and we want to see who he is, he takes off his helmet, he's not there, there's no one there, because his will creates his own person, his character called Omega. It's kind of confusing, but because his will wants him to live, he lives, right? But he doesn't really live. It is complicated, I know, it's Doctor Who shenanigans, but it's very cool nonetheless. Alright, so the second Doctor and the third Doctor actually stop him, obviously, because that's what the Doctors do. Which, there we go. And they really need to be quickly, because if Omega gets defeated, this entire planet collapses, because the will for Omega's living, I guess, doesn't exist anymore, and the planet goes vroom, gone. Absolutely, boom. It's just gone. But alright, yeah. Interesting. So the second and the third Doctor defeat him, all's well. Everyone goes back to Earth, including the unit headquarters, I guess, the HQ. So alright, there we go. It's back. Amazing. Wow. And the third Doctor gets this little device where he is able to travel freely thanks to the Time Lords. Because Time Lords in the story are quite interesting, because they don't really look anything like their normal modern versions, like the Time Lords from the normal New Who look very, I would say, royal. They look very, red and golden, and they're bigger than the universe itself, right? They can time travel anywhere. The Time Lords created like the time travel stuff, right? It also gets explained because in this serial it gets explained that Omega actually invented time travel. So there we go. That's interesting. So yeah, all right. But in this classic Doctor Who serial, or in the classic Doctor Who, the Time Lords they're everywhere, man. It's like, oh damn. The second Doctor is like, damn, I got abandoned and punished by the Time Lords now. I guess I'll need to stick on Earth now, huh? So obviously the third Doctor is stuck on Earth, but then the Time Lords are like, he's kind of chill, man. Let's make him a device because he's pretty cool, man. All right, so there we go. The third Doctor can travel anywhere now in time and space, obviously. But yeah, I just like how the Time Lords are so different from classic Who and New Who. I just wish that the Time Lords and New Who would also be like, they're just there, they help out the Doctor wherever he can. But in New Who, it's like the Time Lords are like this ancient race, and they only interfere if the entire universe is at stake, But then again, they didn't help with the Flux, and they didn't help with Sutek, but whatever. But talking about Sutek also, just recently came back to Doctor Who, because he also had an old design, and his newer design looks very interesting and very new. And I also really want to have that with Omega. I really want Omega to return in some way, because Omega looks really cool. I mean, his helmet is really nice, and I believe the fifth Doctor also encountered him once. But dude, New Who, it's like a perfect place for the new Omega to return, because Omega, he has like a great title, a great story to him, and I would love for him to return one day, but you never know, right? So yeah, obviously the Three Doctors was the 10th year anniversary special of Doctor Who, which is really interesting, alright? We have tons of other like crossover Doctor Who specials, like we have the 4th Doctor meeting the 10th Doctor, and like audio dramas. We have the 10th, the 11th and the War Doctor meeting each other, and a Day of the Doctor. It's pretty much the beginning, the Three Doctors, as like one of the crossover episodes. Obviously, we have also the second Doctor meeting the sixth Doctor. You know, it's pretty cool to have the Three Doctors as one of our first, you know, crossover episodes, right? But obviously that's just the beginning, because like I said, there are many tons of other crossover stories. Like we have the comics too, a bunch of Doctors just meet in a comic book. You know, why not, right? But yeah, really nice. The Three Doctors was really cool, really nice, really interesting. You know, this was my first Third Doctor story, and I really enjoyed it because, you know, you had like jokes. They mentioned the Beatles once. You know, I really like that. Joe Grant mentioned "I Am the Walrus" by the Beatles, which is really, you know, really appropriate for like this kind of situation, because he is me and he is me and we're all together, something like that. The song goes along those lines. I am he as you are, he as you are, me and we are all together. Yeah, really interesting. I really love the story, and you know, can't bloody wait for the next video, which is, I believe, Carnival of Monsters. So hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later for that other review of Doctor Who, because hey, Doctor Who reviews are back at it again. Alright, goodbye everyone.